Coming up on Mountain News at 6, for the first time in 15 years, the Kentucky Wildcats are searching for a new men's basketball coach. And Governor Andy Beshear visits the mountains today. More about why he was in our area coming up.
Plus, we could see a few strong storms later this week. Your forecast on the way as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Again, it's been a dream, what we've been able to do. But 15 years, time for another voice. And you know I'm always going to be a fan. Thank you.
John Calipari is leaving our old Kentucky home. Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. With the news of Coach Calipari's departure from the Kentucky Wildcats, fans are already buzzing about who could potentially fill his shoes. Calipari's tenure brought immense success to the program, especially early on. So the question on everyone's mind is who will be the next head coach of the Wildcats. Some names have already been circulating in discussions among fans and analysts alike. Kelsey Soto talked with some of those fans this morning at KSR Bar and Grill about the future of Kentucky basketball.
Welcome back. It is Kentucky Sports Radio.
Big Blue Nation is Big Blue anxious.
I think that's the kind of the hardest thing about all this is that, you know, Coach Cal, it's not been great how this has kind of been handled, I feel like, and there seems to be a lot of things that are up in the air and a lot of rumors and not a lot of confirmation by anyone.
It's even the talk of all the major sports media networks across the country.
We won't have the NBA players, but we might have more wins. And that does matter.
Coach John Calipari's time with the Cats has come to an end, but who will replace him?
I also think we're acting like the new guy won't be able to do anything.
The Dixons here celebrating their 28th anniversary at KS Bar, and despite the uncertainty, they are still grateful and remain optimistic.
We just want the best for all parties involved. We're very appreciative of what Cal has done for us over the course of his tenure here, and we wish him the best. And we, however, want to get back to basketball where there's good rapport and relations with all involved.
Longtime fan and UK grad Tyler Gaduli tells me time is of the essence, and the clock is now on to find the future leader of Kentucky basketball.
You know, a lot of people have a lot of ideas about who that could be, and I think we'll just have to see how it all plays out, hopefully sooner rather than later.
That was Kelsey Soto reporting. Many here in Eastern Kentucky are also reacting to the news of John Calipari announcing his departure. We had a chance to catch up with some folks in Perry County. One man says it's all about winning when you are the head coach of one of college basketball's blue-blooded programs.
I'm not surprised he fired. Well, I'm not surprised he's changing schools because he's not winning. And Kentucky, like Rick Pitino said, it's a Roman Coliseum of basketball. You got to win.
Well, John Calipari was brought in as the successor to Billy Gillispie. Remember him back in April of 2009. Here's a look at some of Calipari's accomplishments while he was the head man in Lexington. There were many. The first 10 years of Cal's time at Kentucky was pretty great. Of course, Final Four appearances and that 2012 national championship. That team finished with a record of 38-2. Kentucky had 5 30-plus win seasons under Cal. He also led Kentucky to 6 Southeastern Conference regular season and tournament titles. He also won SEC Coach of the Year 4 times. Here are all the coaches to win national championships at the University of Kentucky. Of course, the building, Rupp Arena, is named after the man it's named after, Adolph Rupp. Got things going with 4 national titles, 2 in the 1940s and 2 in the 50s. Then Joe B. Hall won it all in 1978. Rick Pitino led the Cats to the Promised Land in 1996 before Tubby Smith did it in his first season in 1998. And of course, Coach Cal led UK to its most recent title back in 2012. We will have much more about Coach Cal and everything going on later in sports.
Well, the big story on this Tuesday, we are gloomy, also soggy in some areas. Up on the radar, we are still tracking some more hit or miss rain chances as we go into your Tuesday evening, zooming into a few sprinkles or a few light showers, pushing out of Laurel County into Clay, also Jackson counties, and same story for Lee and Owsley counties, and moving into the Big Sandy Valley from Paintsville to near Inez, also up to close to Louisa, and from Prestonsburg into Pike County as well. Some more light showers in this location. Not going to rain all evening, but some of you may see a few showers as we close out your Tuesday. Most of us in the upper 50s to lower 60s at this hour, up to 59 for Jackson, also in Irvin, 63 for Manchester, 61 for Harlan, also over in London at this hour. And we stay mild as we go into tonight. Lows in the middle to upper 50s, watching out for possibly a few showers, but again, not going to rain all night, but those rain chances do stick around as we go into tonight. Also tomorrow on your Wednesday, more showers on the way. Now we are tracking possibly a severe weather threat by Thursday, so be sure to stay weather aware. More details on those rain chances, plus possibly a few storms coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. One person is dead after a crash in Wise County, Virginia. Troopers with Virginia State Police are investigating that crash, which happened just before 2 a.m. overnight. The man, whose name has not been released yet, was driving on US 23 when he went off the road and hit an embankment. The 55-year-old man was taken to the hospital where he later died. A Claiborne County, Tennessee man has been charged in connection with the death of his wife. Special agents with the TBI and the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation about the case last week. Benjamin Hobson was charged with criminal homicide. His wife, Lori Hobson, was found dead at a home in New Tazewell. Benjamin Hobson was served in the Claiborne County Jail since he was already there on other charges. A Wayne County man is in jail after he reportedly led police on a manhunt. Officers were called out to a home on Daisy Way just off Kentucky Highway 1275 yesterday. They were called due to a reported domestic violence assault going on. After leaving the home, multiple police agencies were called in to find Richard Baker. They eventually found him in a grown-up briar patch next to the Tradeway Shopping Center in Monticello. Governor Andy Beshear was in eastern Kentucky this afternoon, making 2 stops in counties to celebrate with communities after visiting Floyd County for 11 new high-ground homes under construction. The governor made a stop in Pike County for the ribbon cutting of the brand new Pikeville Senior Citizen Center. That center was funded by a community development block grant administered by the governor's Department for Local Government. Pike County Judge Executive Ray Jones says this is just the latest example of Governor Beshear's commitment to the region.
Governor Beshear has really delivered for the people of Pike County and eastern Kentucky, in my opinion. And this senior center would not have been possible.
Jones says the center should be ready to open in about 3 weeks. We'll have more on Governor Beshear's trip to eastern Kentucky and these projects tonight at 11. Today is the last day of the veto period. Governor Beshear has until the end of the day to veto any bills that have passed through the legislature. There are still a few bills we are waiting on for a decision on. That includes the budget. Now, we have just learned that the governor has vetoed the Safer Kentucky Act. That just coming in moments ago. Lawmakers will return to Frankfort on Friday. They will have a chance to override any vetoes made by the governor. Lawmakers must end the session by April 15th. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has applied for a RAISE grant to widen a portion of the Hal Rogers Parkway. The $30 million grant aims to enhance safety and connectivity on a section of the parkway near London, widening it to 4 lanes. The application is currently under review by the Department of Transportation. The goal is to eventually widen the entire parkway between Hazard and London. Applications are now open for LIHEAP's spring subsidy cooling component. LIHEAP officials say the applications will be accepted on a first-come, first-served basis from April 16th to May 31st, or whenever the designated funds run out. The component provides households a one-time benefit ranging from $38 to $200, depending on income levels and housing category. To learn more about this, you can contact your local Community Action Outreach Office. The new Commissioner of Agriculture is set to make an appearance in Somerset later this week. Jonathan Shell will be the keynote speaker at the SPEDA Work Ethic SEAL Luncheon on Thursday. In a release, it says the event recognizes high school students who meet specific criteria related to work ethic and soft skills. The event is set to begin at 11:30 a.m.
We are tracking some more rain chances as we go into tomorrow and possibly some storms by Thursday. Those details coming up. Plus,
there's a new form of technology aiming to promote local businesses in the downtown part of one eastern Kentucky city.